Hello and welcome to Cornish Walking Trails. Today we've come to St Agnes to explore some mining. So today's walk is taken from around St Agnes and Perranporth by Bob Acton. It's walk number 9 in and around St Agnes village. St Agnes is on the north coast of Cornwall, north of Truro. Our walk today starts in the town of St Agnes, will take us through some of the old mine workings, out to the coast. We'll go down to St Agnes Beach and return through the village. St Agnes is dominated by mining, even one in the middle of the houses there, West Kitty. There's an honesty box in St Agnes car park. So our first walk instruction tells us to return to the main road. Old Miners Institute, 1893. Continue through the centre of St Agnes and turn left onto Trevornance Road, which is just past the parish church. Immediately after the Roman Catholic Church, turn right onto a track. Continue down the narrow path which starts beside the entrance to a walled yard.
First glimpse of the sea. Just need the sunshine now. Wherever you look in St Agnes, you'll always see a mine engine house. There's loads of them here.
So there's a gated entrance, private roughwood cottage. And the engine stack is actually in their garden. Wow. So this is wheel friendly. Wasn't one of the most successful mines in the area. It kept flooding. Didn't get much tin and copper out of it either. So this is the way the old ruins would look without all the care and attention that last stack has had. The mines were reliant on other buildings to separate the ore. They had shaking tables and they needed water to help the tin sink to the bottom. So the author tells us that this walled area was the reservoir for the water. So we're going to walk down past that wall now. It's quite high really, it's about 10 foot high. So once again you've got more ruins in somebody's garden. This guy says, "Dear walker, wheel-friendly ruins. If I'm not on site, you're welcome to enter using the gate. Hopefully I can answer any questions you may wish to raise." Sounds like the guy with all the answers then. It says, after a few steps, the path goes left towards Polbarrow and descends into a little valley. At the road, Rocky Lane, turn right and then almost immediately left. There used to be a public footpath sign to the cliffs here, but now only the post remains. And they've replaced the sign with public footpath to Polbarrow. You pass beside a metal gate to the right of the entrances to the Little Orchard villages. After a row of fir trees on your left, the path continues ahead quite steeply uphill. Here we have Cornwall's more modern industry.
Beautiful, they're quite sympathetically done, aren't they? They sort of blend in because they're lots of wood and glass.
Rhododendrons growing wild on the cliff. Must be such a hardy plant. That was quite a steep climb. Got jelly legs, Andrew?
I'm alright actually.
Okay.
I quite like a house here. Can you imagine waking up every morning to that view?
I just want to live here, but we're too poor.
When you reach the wider track at the top, turn right and continue until you reach an old chimney stack, which is part of Polbarrow mine.
Just before the stack, turn right onto a track that leads down to the cliff edge.
I think I found Seal Island.
So here's Seal Island, looking back towards St Agnes Head. Some fantastic sea caves there on the left. The cliff path can be quite challenging in places, so watch your step, but it's a good excuse to stop and admire the view.
So the book that we're using today is called Around St Agnes and Perranporth by an author called Bob Acton. The gentleman comes across as very, very passionate about the mining activity in the area, and he's very knowledgeable.
For instance, you've got all this information just about Polbarrow Mine, which we're thinking is this one, isn't it? So the author's information about Polbarrow Mine is so interesting. It was one of the richest mines in Cornwall, giving rise to the term St Agnes tin is the finest tin in Cornwall. So the cliff is just pockmarked with holes in it I would imagine most of them are man-made due to the mining activities, pretty addicts for the air vents and stuff like that. And every now and again, the land just seems to disappear. St Agnes. It's quite a steep descent into St Agnes. These are called hutches. Our author, I'm going to call him Bob, says this is where they used to store the mining ore before it went off in the ships. So just behind us we've noticed this barred area. Lovely granite lintel there. It's just this cold, cold wind coming out of there.
So this is a shot across to St Agnes Beach. I think it's also called Trevornant's Cove as well. Tide's obviously in today. On this section, this is where the old harbour at St Agnes used to be situated. So there was a harbour here at St Agnes, and you can see there was two arms extending out into the sea. So this structure on the top is all man-made, and I think here you would have had a little crane for winching. Just about make the rocks out
through the water. You
glistening,
can see
just under the water there.
So Bob has told us that the harbour was breached in 1915 and never repaired.
Jam Thursday Creek.
So we're now leaving the beach and we're going to rejoin the coastal path just in front of Driftwood Spurs.
And it's marked for Perranporth. We're only going to part way up there.
So that's where we've just walked down from the headland up there. And on the very end of the headland you can just make out some man-made structures of the old harbour. To inspect the surface remains of Wheel Kitty, take the path on the right, not the one signposted to St Agnes, but the rougher track leading towards the engine house.
So as you look around you can see lots of the remains and evidence of the previous mining activity in the area. There's lots of shafts and there's lots of spoil from the old mine waste.
Feels like you've landed on Mars or somewhere. Return to the coast path and take the inland path signpost to St Agnes. The path eventually descends to the road, turn right and after a few yards take the path on the left, signed to the Glen Hotel.
Stippy Stappy, just lots and lots of little terraced houses, all at slightly different levels, and just make out all the chimneys. Walking up Stippy Stappy. I think this one has to be my favourite. Number 3, Stippy Stappy. It's got wisteria all the way around the windows. Gorgeous. Two 8-ounce rump steaks are £6.50. Nice.
Well, unless you're vegetarian.
Oh yeah.
So this fire was struck by lightning in 1905 and then again a few years later. I think St Agnes is a really pretty little village, offering everything you could wish from a coastal town. Lovely little cottages of warm granite and stone. So today's walk is taken from around St Agnes and Perranporth by Bob Acton. Can you go away? It's walk number 9 in and around St Agnes village. Quick look at the map. So we started in the car park, walked down through Wheel Friendly, out to the coast, passing Polbarrow Mine, down into Trevornant's Cove. It was so pretty. Spent some time on the beach. Hello. Explored Wheel Kitty for a bit and came back to the car park. The mining and the information about it in this book is fantastic. The village of St Agnes has everything you could need. It's like a mini town and it is gloriously pretty, and I would thoroughly recommend this walk. I think I would have to give this, I don't want to say 9 out of 10 again, but what do you think?
I give it 10 because I've really enjoyed myself.
Really? You think this is a 10?
It's got everything. It's got all the amenities. The instructions are really easy to follow.
Yeah.
There's adequate parking. You've got the really nice village sort of feel to the main body of sort of St Agnes, and then you
contrasting
come down
with the
to
beach,
the
and the drama of the cliffs. It's
absolutely
fantastic.
Beautiful.
And the interest of the mining. So you've got something for everybody, really, haven't you? Yeah, should we give it a 10 then?
I'll give it a 10.
Let's give it a 10. Well done, St Agnes.